This might be one of the most useful woodworking tools ever invented, and it just got better. And there's a few ways you may not know that you can use this. We're gonna go right to the source. If you'd like to check this out, it's even at a lower price. Link in the description and the pinned comment, as well as that view products button here on YouTube. Let's go. All right, we're with MicroJig. How you doing, man?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Let's talk about the gripper, probably one of your most famous products.
It is. The gripper is our premier product. It's our flagship. We've had it out for 23 years now. So what's interesting is the gripper line's always been a little confusing. Which one do I buy? So we've kind of simplified the line. We now have our gripper 300 Max, which is the entire gripper package in one. The gripper 200 with all 4 accessories that we sell for the gripper all in one package. With a new price, we're down to $99 on this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it used to be $140. So when everything else is going up, we're bringing pricing down. Then we have our gripper 200 Pro. Well, it used to be the gripper 200, and we have the 100. Now, both of these, all 3 of these, you'll notice there's a new part, and that's our safe rip index, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. But basically, what the gripper does is it's all about the safety. We want to keep our hands away from the bits and the blades that want to bite us, whether it's the table saw, the router table, the bandsaw, or the jointer. If there's something that wants to bite my fingers, I've got the gripper in hand. And I'll show you why it works. If we're using a push stick, I like these for back scratching, but if you're using a push stick, what you're going to find is that we're pushing from the back corner of the stock. And as you're pushing, the friction and the drag over here, the fact that you're pushing there, wants to move that piece away from the fence. And so what do? We use a feather board here, or we use a second push stick, but the problem is you're not controlling the rip side as it separates from the off ball. And when you see the tool marks along the edge of your fresh rip cut, that's usually not from the front of the blade, it's from the back. Your part has wandered away from the fence and is rubbing on the back side of the blade. The problem with that is it can result in kickback if one of those teeth catches. Yeah. We're going to help reduce the opportunity for the kickback, and we're going to give you a cleaner cut. Let me show you how that works. So we're going to bring our blade up. I'm going to set for a 3/8 rip here just because I don't have a 0 clearance insert. So the gripper comes with a 1/4 inch leg on one side, 1/2 inch leg on the other side. It's reversible. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch leg in this case. I'm going to be pushing through the blade. I'm going to be holding the part down, but I'm also going to be putting a little bit of pressure on the fence. Now the gripper is also my moving blade guard. If something terrible happens, the gripper's between my hands and the blade at all times. But watch the cut, and you're going to see some things that are different than what you're used to. Notice first, because I'm not using a push stick, my off-ball went all the way through the blade along with my rip cut. Everything went all the way through the blade. The gripper gives me enough control that I was able to bring it back around with me, so I'm not reaching across a spinning saw blade to pick up the rip cut. And you know that annoying little nib that's always on the end of your off-ball? It's gone because we followed all the way through. And then you get a very, very good clean cut. There's almost no tool marks there. And this is not an expensive saw, nor is it a particularly expensive blade. So with a good blade, a decent saw, and the gripper, you can get this level of cutting. Now, if I want to cut this again, drop that down, I can bring my gripper over. This is no good though, right? We don't want anything moving unexpectedly. So every gripper has the balance support that drops down and acts as an outrigger to keep my gripper stable. I also want to move my center leg. I can move it out of the way of the blade if I want to, but in this case, I want to come over and I want to pick up that off ball, right? So what do I want to do? I'm going to bring it over. Well, that's where the safe rip index comes in. There's a scale on here. That scale is the measurement that matches with your rip fence here. The yellow, or the orange part here is representing the center leg underneath. Right. As long as the cut I'm making here, 3/8 of an inch, is not underneath the orange cursor, you will not cut into the center leg. Left side, right side, doesn't matter. So I can bring this all the way over to a 1/2 inch, lock that in, and I know for a fact that my leg, the center leg, is not going to hit that blade. Let's show you that.
Clean as a whistle.
And then again, very, very clean cutting. And I don't have to do check cuts. So the new Safe Rip Index comes with all the new grippers, and it is retrofittable to all existing grippers that we've ever sold. We will, in September, we'll have the Safe Rip kit for $10. You can buy this kit to go on your gripper and outfit it with, bring it up to the latest technology.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
So we're going to talk a little bit now about, we have 4 accessories that come with the gripper. So we have an 1/8 leg. This is by far our most popular accessory. I like to attach it to the side of my gripper. It creates a 3rd tunnel.
Oh, cool.
And this allows you, just like the gripper can rip down to a 1/4 of an inch on its own, this will allow me to rip down to an 1/8 of an inch thick. Now, I'm not going to be able to show it today because I don't have the zero clearance insert. You absolutely need a zero clearance insert for this.
Right.
But being able to cut down to that 1/8 of an inch allows me to do edge banding for my plywood projects. I do a lot of bent wood lamination, so I can cut the strips that way. And I also use it to make inlays and things like that. This is by far the most popular piece. Next is the gravity heel here, which mounts behind the gripper. And what it does is it's a heel that physically fits behind the gripper, but it moves out of the way when you're in the middle of your cut. When you get to the end of the board, it drops down and it provides a pusher. It is sacrificial. I like to put this behind the 1/8 inch leg on the side of my gripper. I let the saw cut through it, and now I've got a little pusher here to help that 1/8 inch piece go all the way through. Especially with long pieces, the grip here might not quite be enough.
Right.
So that ensures that nothing gets stuck in the blade as I go through. Those 2 are our most popular accessories. And keep in mind, this comes with the 300, but if you want to outfit your gripper with this, we have a kit. 1 kit outfits 2 grippers. So, if you want to outfit, don't buy 2 kits, only buy the 1. So that's definitely one of the things. Then we've got, this is our handle bridge kit here that the handle's on. You'll notice that this handle is angled. Normally with our gripper, we want the handle in the dead center so that when we're pushing down, the force down here is equal all the way around. But ergonomically, I like to have my handle angled. So the handle bridge kit allows me to put the handle at an angle, but because this is a true bridge with a gap underneath, when I push down, the force is transferred to the 4 corners, and down here it's still equal.
Oh, cool.
Now, you'll notice there's knobs and fittings on here, and those are to allow the deflector connector to connect to your gripper. This I like it's a deflector. This is polycarbonate, okay? You're not gonna break it. So I like this at the router table when I'm doing bearing routing. This will keep the chips from flying toward my face. It also keeps my fingers away from the blade. Or if I'm cutting aluminum or phenolic or something that has painful chips, put this on the edge side of your gripper and let it go, the blade go underneath it, and it keeps the chips out of your face. You can also use it to connect 2 grippers together, either the long way to make 1 long one, or side by side to make 1 big wide gripper. So between the deflector connector, the handle bridge kit, the 1/8 inch leg, and the gravity heel kit, this all comes standard in the GR300 package.
Awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Hey,
it's always good to talk to you at the shows.
Great to see you. The gripper is an absolute must-have for woodworkers, in my opinion. If you don't have one yet, check it out. Link in the description and the pinned comment. I love having mine in the shop. And while you're at it, check out the Woodworkers Chronicle. This is our business book for woodworkers to help you keep track of your projects, keep track of your customer orders, set your goals for the year, and much more. FaithValleyTools.com. Check out the Woodworkers Chronicle. If you like this video, you gotta check out that one. More trade show videos, tools to just blow your mind. Click in that box, get you the big old virtual fist bump.